does. I just wanna be the man my dad never was. Hear my music, it's all soul. Just got new grills and they all go. So I got that beef with the po-po. They don't like my style, no. I don't really give a damn, I keep steering. Switch gears and the fans just keep cheering. No,
but is that okay?
Welcome back to week 1, day 2 of the Commonwealth League. But we got a game 2 coming up. 2 0-1 teams. One of these teams is going to leave with their first victory of the season here today. You got Nocturnal Dragons and you've got Monster Mash. Once again, LaRue is back. Here I am, the play-by-play caster, and alongside me doing the color commentary, also doing quite a bit of work on the side, is Summer Grimm. So while she's trying her best to get things done, I will go ahead and take you through the pick bans. Pick bans actually going very quickly here. You see Pantheon and Rakan going to be taken away by the Nocturnal Dragons. And on the side of Monster Mash, it's going to be Silas and Kaisa, the first 2 bans, taking that away from Nomlad and taking the Silas away from, who is playing where today? Psycho Ghost is actually going to be playing mid. And I was either going to say Quetzalcoatl maybe on that Jungle Silas, potentially, taking that away from him. But Lee Sin and Nami going to be the last 2 bans. Don't want to see Quetzalcoatl, or not Quetzalcoatl, but Catastrophe on the Lee Sin and taking Nami away from Wolfie. So the pick bans, well, the first ban phase is through, and we await the first pick for Nocturnal Dragons. It looks like it's actually going to be the Mordekaiser again. We saw this yesterday, but I wonder who this one might be for. It might be for Jared the Bear. It might be for, it might be a jungle Mordekaiser. It might even be a mid Mordekaiser. We might see Psycho Ghost play the Mordekaiser. Who really knows? But it looks like it's going to be the Caitlyn coming down for Stupid Bird. Saw him play Tristani yesterday in the Karma. He's going to be the second pick. I believe that's probably going to go down into the support position for Crockpot. So the bot lane is set for Monster Mash. Saw bot lanes be picked up first in the previous game as well. But we'll wait and see how Nocturnal Dragons respond with their next 2 picks. But again, with that Mordekaiser pick, it wasn't a bad pick per se. But there were definitely some problems there that really hurt Nocturnal Dragons in the long run. Maybe the rune choices, I know it was a point of contention for some people. And then maybe just didn't have the power to deal with the late game split push of the Yorick that it was playing up against. But you do see here Rek'Sai, it's going to be locked in for Quetzalcoatl. No Amumu this time out for the Nocturnal Dragon jungler. And as we await the final pick, waiting for the very last second on this one, it looks like it is going to be Morgana. So looks like it'll be a Morgana support for Wolfie. Probably won't see that in the mid lane. Of course, you can also flex it into mid, but I'm willing to bet that one goes into the support position. So one last pick here before we get into second picks or the second ban phase, hovering the Azir. Now, remember, Catastrophe, who is playing jungle for Monster Mash, he is the Azir player, but he was joking around in pregame lobby that maybe he would play the Azir jungle, and I promised him I'd grill him for that, but it is not going to be the Azir. It's going to be the Gangplank coming out. It looks like Snow Too Funky going to be on the Pirate Lord himself. So the first pick phase is through. Mordekaiser, Rek'Sai, and Morgana for Nocturnal Dragons, and for Monster Mash, Caitlyn, Karma, and the Gangplank. Also could be a Gangplank mid. The more I think about it, don't really know a whole lot about the Monster Mash mid laner in Stidge, but could also very well go mid as well. Vayne Ban going to come out for Monster Mash, going to take that away from Nomlad. Didn't see Nomlad in yesterday's game, you might remember. It was actually Psycho Ghost playing the ADC position and a substitute in the mid lane. But today, everybody's back to their normal positions. We'll see the debut of Nomlad here in today's game, but the Nico ban, a response. And there is the Anivia ban, so taking that away from Psycho Ghost as well. So a couple of mid bans, a couple of ADC bans, a few support bans, actually bans all across the board. And there is the Nocturne ban to round things up. A few odd bans here in this one. Champions you don't really see banned a whole lot, but don't want to see Quetzalcoatl, or not Quetzalcoatl, excuse me, Catastrophe on the Nocturne. So they'll go ahead and take that away. As I mentioned before, when we were kind of previewing this matchup, as that's going to excite me. There's the Zoe. It's going to be Zoe for Stidge. And don't mean to be critical, but I'm going to be watching this one very carefully. I am a Zoe main after all. But anyway, It is going to be the Zoe coming out for Stidge. That confirms the Gangplank is going top. But as I was mentioning, this game a little bit special for myself and for Summer. If you didn't know, I am the owner of Casual Banter, an organization, a league organization outside of the Commonwealth League. Nocturnal Dragons, one of those teams, and Monster Mash, while not an official team of Casual Banter, they have quite a few players on its roster. As you do see the Lucian going to come down for Gnomelad, and it looks like it's going to be the Zed lock-in. Psycho Ghost going to block in the Zed, so a very exciting mid lane matchup. Maybe 2 carries, potential carries in that mid lane in Zoe and the Lucian. So it looks like we're going to see what Monster Mash wants to put on their jungler on to Catastrophe, and it's going to be the Sejuani. So it's not Bird Sejuani, but it is a Sejuani nonetheless, as the picks are through. So you do see the comps. It is going to be, I believe, Mordekaiser on the top side for Nocturnal Dragons, Rek'Sai in the jungle, Zed mid, Lucian AD carry, and Morgana support. And as for Monster Mash, it's going to be Caitlyn, or actually it's going to be Gangplank up top, Sejuani in the jungle, Karma in the, let me try this again. Gangplank up top, Sejuani in the jungle, Zoe in the mid lane, Caitlyn as the AD carry, and the support for this game will be Karma. So, going into the champ select now, as we do need to run through it real quick because of the fact of using Pro Draft. We'll be back in just a little bit, but in case you need a review here, we'll go ahead and go through the same bands. So Summer, I hope you're ready to go here as we get into game here. You see the rosters. That was a exercise in how long can I just bull crap. But anyway.
Well, you did it all on your own, and you did it well, so I will give you that.
Well, as I finish up here, take a look at the comps, Summer. Give me some thoughts. You know Monster Mash better than anybody else. You play with those guys on a weekly basis. What do you think of the comps as we head into pick ban here, and who's got the early edge?
Well, I will say, Gangplank is not a regular pick of Snow 2 Funky, but it is something he has been practicing the last week or so I'm excited to see how that goes. The Mordekaiser on Jer the Bear, he's very comfortable on it. However, that is a comfort pick of Snow, so I'm interested to see if he'll know how to move around it or outplay it. It'll be interesting to see exactly how that plays out here.
Yeah,
For the jungle... Oh, no, you go.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
For the jungle, I've never seen Catastrophe on Sejuani. I have no idea how that will go at all. He plays a lot of... more engage junglers, the Lee Sin, the Xin Zhao. So him on the tank pick will be we'll just see how it goes into the Rek'Sai. I'm excited to see how everything plays. I
was gonna say I'm excited to see you show some emotion as a lot of your teammates, a lot of your organization teammates, to kind of broaden horizons. You get to watch them in this game, and for once, you get to sit on the sidelines and see how things kind of shake out. But yeah, I was gonna say definitely the Sejuani pick, definitely a maybe a little bit of a meme pick. You know, as I was saying, Bird, you don't remember CWE season 1, played Sejuani in maybe about, I'd say 90% of Spectre's games, and so Catastrophe, he's gonna try to break it out here as Bird handles the AD carry duties in tonight's game. But we will see Bird on Caitlyn, and we will see Gnomelad on the Lucian, and that's gonna be maybe a matchup to watch out for. Because, you know, I'm not going to pull punches in this one. Bird, he struggled a little bit last night. Did not have a very dominant game on Tristani. He was able to kind of maybe gather some stuff at the end, but overall, it was the bot lane of who was that? I can't even remember.
It was G3 last night.
It was G3. Yes, it was G3 Reapers. They were kind of able to kind of snowball the bot lane to a victory. Gnomelad, of course, making his debut. Gnomelad, a player to watch for in this one. He's definitely one of the better players on this Nocturnal Dragons roster, and so that will be probably my matchup to watch, is how well Bird can handle Gnomelad on the Lucian. But good players in every role, good players in all their positions, and I'm excited for this one, as you are, as it came maybe a little bit too early. I wasn't even thinking about Nocturnal Dragons maybe playing Monster Mash so early in the season. But once again, if you're joining us, and you're just now joining us, this is the Commonwealth League. We would love it if you would if you're enjoying what you're doing, if you're enjoying what we're doing, I should say, and you want to see more action, remember this is a 5-week regular season before we get to playoffs. 2 games every weekend on Saturdays and Sundays. Go ahead and hit that follow button. And That would be just swell. I know we're getting near the 100 follower mark, and that would be pretty cool if we could hit that at some point during season 2. No social media yet, as far as I know. We have a website with the schedules, but no what social media as of yet. But
not right now.
Not right now. Maybe grow a little bit first. But anyway, 3-minute spectator delay on the way. And Summer, what did we talk about last time? I don't have a good memory. What did we talk about for the 3 minutes last time?
Kind of leads, that sort of thing. Just who was going to play with what. I think for tonight, it's going to be interesting. Last night, Monster Mash had a very heavy engage bot lane in the Tristana All-Star. The Tristana could always jump out, but that's also kind of heavy engage with the cow. I think they're definitely recognizing the weakness of that and taking a step back with the Caitlyn Karma and just focusing more on that poke than the heavy engage. Going into Gnomelad, though, Gnomelad is a very experienced ADC, and he can also be very aggressive. So it's definitely going to be a lane to watch down bot.
Yeah, and of course, also top side, you have the Gangplank. I assume, I don't know runes. Well, I know runes, but don't really know 100% what champions like to take. But I'm curious to see if this is going to be a Klepto Gangplank. I know it's very easy to proc, but if it is Klepto Gangplank, you're going to see that, a lot of gold. That's the easiest way to put it, being put in the hands of Snow Too Funky. And we'll see, maybe. Jared LeBear, he struggled a little bit last night. Maybe some rune choices contributing to that. I'm curious to see what he takes here in this one. Does he take the Conqueror? Does he take the Comet? Does he take maybe a different one that I'm not aware of? I don't know what other runes you can take on Mordekaiser. Maybe even Airy, I don't know. I tend to just kind of randomly fill out runes myself. Maybe even Electrocute. That sounds like something that would happen. But
I think Conquer is still the fallback for Mordekaiser runes.
I was about to say, I do know. I'm not that stupid. That Conquer is like 100% the best rune. But, some people, they play in different ways. And some people, they like playing a champion in their own specific way. Me. Some people tell me that, everybody tells me, oh, you should play Nico with the Glacial Augment build. Well, screw that. I want to do damage. I take Electrocute. But we'll see. Still got 30 seconds left on the spectator delay. I won't talk about my own game anymore. I'm only gold 4. It doesn't, not like anybody wants to listen to me talk about how I play the game, because it's almost like I couldn't even play in this league if I wanted to. I don't have enough ranked games this season. But yeah, it's gonna be an exciting matchup. One of these teams is going to leave with their first victory this season. Is it going to be Nocturnal Dragons, or is it going to be Monster Mash? So, go ahead and get in the loading screen. I know this is your favorite part, Summer. It's the only part where you talk with true confidence. We're going to see.
I'm going to work on it for this game, because I love both of these teams.
Who has the best skins as we pop into the loading screen? Ooh, I already know.
That's just because you see the brand new Zoe skin, and
the
you
brand
just have
new
hearts in your eyes.
The brand new Star Guardian Zoe, I might add. Absolutely wonderful skin. I think it's great. I hope he has the chromas. I want to see the black and white Zoe chroma. That's the one I want more than anything. Now, the rest of the skins, they're just a whole bunch of meh. I mean, you don't even have skins on
Eternal Rek'Sai is like the best Rek'Sai skin.
I was talking about Monster Mash, first of all.
Okay, yeah, the skins are kind of meh.
Because you do have Sejuani Dawn Chaser, who I didn't even know that was a skin. Hold on. Well, that's not good.
Oh, what?
My game crashed. But luckily I do have a backup. I'll watch the stream for the time being, and hopefully I'll be able to get back into game for the time being. There's no stream delay, by the way. You see exactly what we see as we say it, but that's really annoying for the game to crash. Right
while you're waiting for everybody to load in, you can relog your client.
That's what I'm going to be doing here. As there we go.
And we've got Mordekaiser with Conqueror. I know yesterday we had the Mordekaiser with Comet, and I don't think people were sure that was the strongest rune to take. So let's see how it plays out with the new rune choice.
Yeah, I do see it is Conquer for Jared the Bear. Zoe
And
with
we're
the
starting off with a pause.
Hey, that's exactly what I wanted. But anyway, we do have a pause here. I was going to talk about the Zoe room because that's kind of a weird choice to me. Obviously, the Comet for Stidge. Usually you might see Airy or Electrocute or even the rare Dark Harvest. But he's going to go ahead and go with the Comet. As for Karma, also with the Comet. I would think maybe trying to get the extra damage on an ulti Q or something of that nature. But this is
You're
really
definitely
going
going
to
to
be like that,
see
isn't it?
you're going for a very heavy damage Karma build with the Comet versus going for that more Ardent focused build if she had taken something like Airy.
Yeah, so we do see here it is going to be Comet for Karma. It's going to be Comet for Zoe. Comet for Morgana as well. I think that's about 3 more Comets than I've seen in any of my games recently. But
And
that is-
Halo Blades on Rek'Sai. I've never even played jungle. So, I'm not super up to date on anything jungle-wise. But is that normal for a Rek'Sai to take Hail of Blades?
Rek'Sai, yeah, I would say it's fairly normal. Hail of Blades, Conqueror. There are a couple of skins that there are a couple of runes, excuse me, that I would imagine you can take, but looks like we may have another problem here. Just 1 second as my client continues to load in. I'll keep going ahead and using the stream.
Again, with that really early river ward. I think it works a lot better when you wait until that 120 to get that scuttle vision. But maybe just to stay extra safe, having that vision ahead of time in case there's invades or something possible.
All right, so both teams going to go ahead and go with the 5-point start. I would imagine we'd probably see standard bot lane jungle starts once again, and it looks like I'm still, oh gosh.
Still having troubles?
We're still working on it.
Okay.
Right, you gotta love them, am I right? But
Right.
you
Small
know what?
indie company?
Small indie company. As long as the stream works, though, I will be up to date. I don't think it's maybe a half-second delay, if anything. I know usually it's like maybe 1 second, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal as we continue on into this one. So I will keep trying. May have to sub myself out here in a little bit if this becomes too much of a problem. But at least the client is booting up. It's the problem when I get in. But you do see it is a bot lane. It is a bot side jungle start for both Rek'Sai and CWE. So, once again, thank you for joining us here on Week 1, Day 2 of the Commonwealth League. Again, I am LaRue doing the play-by-play here on this Sunday evening, and joining alongside me is Summer Grim, the color caster, the head staff. She does it all around here. Actually, she'd probably put head staff before color caster, but you can add another role to her already expansive list of roles. There we go. I'm finally back into the loading screen, so we'll see if it crashes again, because, I got into the loading screen last time. But,
well, hopefully you can stay on there.
Yeah,
already
so
getting some good damage off on the Lucian.
Yeah, already taking Lucian down to about 70% health. There we go, I'm in.
And that's just how those poke lanes go. Karma, Caitlyn, they'll just sit there and poke you out.
Yeah, exactly. There is a dark binding going down onto Stupid Bird. Able to trade a little bit of damage down, but of course you do see Nomad. He's going to be taking under 50%.
And using his pot early.
You're right. I actually did find out, by the way. It is a 5-second delay. So that would have been very bad. And I
Important
had
to note here is Bird actually took Biscuit.
Bird?
He took the Biscuit rune. So maybe just for that early sustain in lane.
Yeah, precision primary, inspiration secondary, taking those biscuits. Maybe, like you said, maybe planning on taking a little bit of early game damage and trying to give himself that sustain that he needs to keep things even throughout the early portion of the game. Definitely a safe choice, but we'll see how it kind of affects things. You see a gank up on the top side, nothing doing though, as Quetzalcoatl not able to find the knockup on the Snow 2 Funky, as he's going to go ahead and destroy that tunnel. So some early game damage going down on both sides, but still winning our first kill here at 3.5 minutes. I don't remember when first blood was in the previous game, but I do remember it was relatively early. when, you think about First Bloods and where they usually come in a competitive setting. So still waiting on that, 4 minutes in. As actually some more fighting up on the top side. Jared the Bear taking quite a bit of damage from the Gangplank. Snow2 Funky just kind of having his way right now, but you do see the heal coming out from the Mordekaiser, able to just consume his secondary resource bar for a heal. Gives him a lot of sustain, allows him to stay in lane just a little bit longer. As you see the point and click pseudo auto attack, the ranged auto attack, if you will, coming down from Gangplank to continue to put a little bit of damage down. Oh, here might be an interesting situation. The Dark Binding coming down. Quetzalcoatl is there for the follow-up. That's going to be first blood for Gnomelad, and they might get two here. There's a kill onto Crockpot. Both bot laners going down for Monster Mash as one kill goes to Ketz and one goes to Gnomelad. Quetzalcoatl, by the way, very aggressive on the Rex side. We saw him play it quite a few times last season. As you see, there's the flash coming out from Psycho Ghost. Doesn't want to take the follow-up damage from Stidge on that Zoe. Of course, if you remember, double damage if you get hit by an ability while you are asleep. Very, very powerful if Zoe can manage to get in. But you do see the chroma. How clean is that, though? Look at the red on Star Guardian Zoe. But Quetzalcoatl, he's going to come in for his second gank of the game. Does find the knockup. That's going to force the flash away from Stidge, but he's able to get away. One summoner down. Here at 5.5 minutes, 900 gold difference as the Nocturnal Dragons strike first. Already getting a kill onto the Lucian and a kill onto this Rek'Sai. And as I was saying, Quetzalcoatl, he likes to play that aggressive, offensively based Rek'Sai, not the tank version. It'll be interesting to see which way he goes. I do remember him playing the version with Warrior back in Season 1. Of course, 6 months ago was a completely different time. But it'll be interesting to see how he kind of develops his build here. But either way, looking at the CS totals, you do see there are some slight leads building up right now. Stitch down 10 CS on the Zoe. It's a CS lead for Bird, actually. And of course, as you look at the gold, that's actually going to mean he's not as far down as you might expect. Only about 300 gold down here at this stage in the game behind Gnomelad. And of course, Gnomelad with that kill, he does have the gold lead. And then of course, topside at Gangplank, pretty much actually behind in gold right now, currently, with the 3 CS lead for Mordekaiser. We're going to have ourselves a fight as down comes the Zed. Zed's going to find the ultimate onto Stupid Bird. He's going to go down for the second time in this game. As the kill also going to go down to Gnomelad. Gnomelad already starting to become maybe a force to be reckoned with here as we advance into the mid and late stages of this game. Already 2-0, but Catastrophe, he's on the prowl. He's going to find some damage down onto Quetzalcoatl. The bubble isn't going to connect. Here's a TP coming down onto the Rek'Sai tunnel. That's going to be Jared the Bear. They're going to go ahead and try to run away. Looks like that might got the whole team. It's a 5-man front for Nocturnal Dragons, but they're not able to find anything, and that might actually give Snow2 Funky some time up there to maybe get a tower plate or two. Of course, they're not going to leave empty-handed, the Nocturnal Dragons are, as they go ahead and start up the Cloud Drake. Looks like there's going to be no resistance from the side of Monster Mash. So far, 3 kills, a dragon for Nocturnal Dragons. They look real good here in the early stages of this one.
Nocturnal Dragons definitely getting a much better lead than... Yes, sorry, thank you. Nocturnal Dragon... Oh.
Hold on 1 second. It's Nomad. He's going to get the Ignite put on him, but not before picking up the kill back onto Crockpot. Karma and Lotion each claiming a kill. Probably a little bit more worth for Gnomelad on that Lucian, but of course Karma does pick up the extra 150 gold for the bounty. So 4 kills to 1, 600 gold lead here at 8 minutes.
Yeah, Nocturnal Dragons having a much better start than they did yesterday. Definitely coming into this game looking really strong.
And of course, have to think about whether that's mostly the fact of who they were playing last night or maybe who they're playing tonight. But there is the stun. There's the ultimate coming down from Catastrophe. He's going to go ahead and claim the kill. Psycho Ghost going down, maybe a little bit too aggressive for his own good. Doesn't have that flash coming up for, dare I say, maybe another couple of minutes or so. And that's going to give a tower plate over to Monster Mash, as they actually do have the gold advantage now.
Getting that early game gold advantage should help them come back from the kill disadvantage they're at. We'll have to see. Crockpot is a pretty good roamer, so he might be able to help increase that advantage in the mid lane, but we'll see how that goes.
As we do see here, it's still relatively even here at 9 minutes. We saw last game also pretty even through most of the early and mid games, but of course it was at about, I would say, 18, 19 minutes where things started to open out. But you do see Rek'Sai is top. Also something to note though, Catastrophe is also in the top lane, but Snow Too Funky actually going to go ahead and just flash away, and that'll be enough to back off the Dragons for now.
It'll be interesting to see which team puts more priority on the next dragon, seeing how it's an Infernal.
Yeah,
It'll definitely benefit them both a lot.
Yeah, Nocturnal, or the Infernal Dragon. Gotta say, really difficult to talk about dragons when one of the teams is named after a dragons. But anyway, you do have the Nocturnal Dragons. Infernal Drake is coming up next, and right, you are, of course, Zoe, Caitlyn, Gangplank. They all want that Infernal Drake. Pretty much if you do damage, you flank an Infernal Drake. But Rek'Sai and Zed and Lucian, they would like that. They would really like to see that damage boost as well. Psycho Ghost, he's going to be hit by the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. We'll be able to see how much Stig does here. The ultimate is actually going to, well, actually, yeah, the Zoe ultimate is going to happen. I forgot. It's really not much of an ultimate, but she's going to try to extend the range. But Zed's just going to throw out the Shadow. And I don't think that one actually connected, so Zed's going to walk back to lane with pretty much all of his health. We're going to have ourselves a 2v2 here. The Zed ultimate is going to come down. The stun is going to connect onto the Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai going to go ahead and use the ultimate as well. She's in. He's going to get... Quetzalcoatl's going to claim the kill onto Stidge, but he's going to go back down as Catastrophe claims his second kill of the game thanks to a couple tower shots and a little bit more CC on the end of that one. Also going to have a 2v2 in the bot lane. Look at the damage coming down from the Karma. That's going to force the stopwatch from Wolfie, but he's going to be rooted. Bird's going to have the empowered auto attack, but Nomad's just going to go deep. Crockpot does claim the kill. Who's going to win this fight? We'll have to find out. You don't usually pause in the middle of a fight.
Interesting thing. Bird flashed onto the Morgana, but she had stopwatched, and so Bird flashed there and then just kind of aimlessly walked around for a couple of seconds, not quite sure what to do.
Well, either way, this raises an interesting ethical question, Summer. Do you pause in the middle of combat? You do see here, as soon as the pause is going to happen, or the unpause is going to happen, somebody is going to die.
Yes, there are no pauses in combat. It is against the rule.
Of course, we do see here Quetzalcoatl claiming emergency. I'm not sure what that means, but...
There are two rules at play here. We do have the rule against not pausing in the middle of team fights, or any fights in general. And then we also have the rule of emergencies, depending on what they are, and having staff come in and question what the emergencies are and stuff, and how that affects stuff. But with the Quetzalcoatl coming right back after the emergency, I'm guessing it's not like a massive family issue or something, which is what we usually reserve allowing stuff like that to happen for. If Monster Mash wants to, they can definitely reach out to staff, and I will leave briefly to go and talk with them about this in their lobby.
Yeah, so looks like everybody is ready to go, so we'll go ahead and see an unpause. We'll get the exciting conclusion to this fight as there's the flash away for Nomad, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and live for the time being. So, of course, that'll be a question of what if from here on out, but we will go ahead and continue this game here at 11 minutes. Jared the Bear, he's going to find himself in a 2v1 situation. He is going to put Catastrophe in the death realm as Crockpot. You do see here, he actually does get the kill on the Nomad. Maybe Nomad stretching out a little bit too much, but do have a little bit of a fight continuing up here on the top side. Catastrophe, he's going to be taken down quite low. Jared the Bear, he's going to keep going on it, but how he might have stayed a little bit too long trying to greed that one out as Snow Too Funky. He is able to find the last shot and claim the kill. So Gangplank on the board with his first kill of the game, 6 kills to 6. But do you see here the gold difference right now, 1.3k in the favor of Monster Mash. Sleepy Trouble Bubble going to come down onto the Rek'Sai. Actually, something interesting to note, I think, well, actually, I don't know who got that Gromp. I was about to say the Gromp was stolen by the Caitlyn. Might have to go back and check that one out. I know it was awfully close. I think it was Quetzalcoatl who ended up getting that one. But he's going to leave with a little bit of damage as the Sleepy Trouble Bubble and then the Paddle Star both connect. And he will leave with about 50% of his health. So we investigate that issue. As I'll do things solo for the time being. As you do see here, the Dark Binding coming down onto Stupid Bird. That Karma Empowered Q continuing to do so much. As actually there is the Zed ultimate coming down on the Stidge. The Shurikens are going to connect, but we do see here, we actually do have ourselves a gank in the bot lane as well. Stupid Bird, he's going to see a lot of damage being put down on himself. He will go down. The Crockpot, or the Karma W is going to go ahead and briefly root Gnomelad. Here's the flash away from Karma. The Ignite is down, and actually it's going to be Karma picking up her 4th kill of the game as Lucian goes down, I believe, to the Ignite. Actually, the Tower Shot, excuse me. And you do see a lot of gold being put down onto the Karma. That's actually something important to note. I do want to mention, actually, we'll get to that in a second, as Jared the Bear, he's going to be caught in another gank. He's going to go ahead and flash over the wall and escape. But do you see here, actually, Zed and Zoe once again fighting a big damage from the Paddle Star. And Zed is just going to go ahead and run away. We might actually not be done yet, as haven't seen Psycho Ghost back just yet. Still hovering around his tower. Catastrophe is in the area, but so is Quetzalcoatl. But you do see here, Monster Mash continuing to maybe move towards that Drake. It is an Infernal Drake. It is important. It is an important Drake. We've established that. Stitch getting another Paddle Star down on the Zed. Zed's going to have to shadow away. But it is important to note who takes that dragon. You see here, Bird trying to get to that control ward, but a little bit scared of Gnomelad here at this stage in the game. You do see a big gold difference there to the tune of 1.3k. Lucian at about 5.2k gold, and Caitlyn at this stage about just hitting 4k gold. So Caitlyn definitely behind the Lucian here at this stage. It'll be important to note who kind of scales better into the late game. As you do know, Caitlyn, she can kind of become big into late, depending on how quickly she gets there. It is going to be Monster Mash starting up the Infernal Drake. There was somebody over the wall, but it is going to be Monster Mash who goes ahead and claims that Drake. So the Infernal will go over to Catastrophe and crew. You see here, actually, CS lead for Gangplank, a CS lead for Zoe, and a CS lead for Caitlyn. So ultimately, CS lead's pretty much squarely in the hands of Monster Mash, but Nocturnal Dragon's actually starting up the Rift Tower. Looks like they're going to get that without too much trouble. No wards in the area, but also a 2v2 down in the bot lane is Stupid Bird. He's going to take quite a bit of damage. The ultimate is going to come out from Lucian. It's going to be Bird who drops first, but Karma picking up another kill. And Crockpot, he's going to keep going on. He wants kill number 6, as he has just been huge in terms of damage, and he's going to claim the double kill. 6 and 2 on the Karma. But I was going to mention, because this is important, how important is that, or is Karma definitely has a lot of gold. But is that where you want the gold? I understand Empowered Q, it's going to hurt. But is it going to be relevant in the mid to late game? Of course, you do see Stupid Bird 0-5 and 4, definitely not picking up any kills in these fights. It's positive that you're picking up those kills, but if I can put my analyst hat on for a minute, you definitely wouldn't want to give wouldn't want to give those over to the Karma. Anyway, we do have ourselves another pause. If you didn't notice, Summer once again disappearing into her little Heidi cave to take care of some staff duties. Looks like we have a staff-ordered pause here at this stage in the game. So 15 minutes in, 1.4k goal advantage on the side of Monster Mash. You do see here 6 kills for the Karma, 6 kills for the Lucian. As this one maybe takes a spicy twist here in the mid-game. Want to go ahead and mention, if you're here, if you're just joining us and you haven't already, go ahead and hit that follow button. Definitely really appreciate you sticking around, checking out what we have to offer. Still have one more game after this, by the way. We will have Lionheart Esports going up against Mediocre at Best. That's who. Keep forgetting that team, even though they are currently 1-0. Looked very good in victory yesterday against Nocturnal Dragons. But as I mentioned, still early, still memorizing all the players, still memorizing all the teams, and doing everything kind of a roughshod here as we get in the early stage of this one. So I believe, there we go. Summer, you're back.
I am.
I know you forced the pause. You're a lot more quieter now, by the way, so you might want to go ahead and try to turn things up. But
no.
There you go. You're better now. But
Okay.
maybe explain why we're in a pause here right now, because you're really throwing my momentum off, my fam.
I am sorry. So after questioning what the pause is about, one of the players, there was a bug situation in a baby's crib that he had to go handle. So that's what the pause was for. what's going to happen is because we are not super cool like the LCS and we can't just set a game back by 10 minutes or so to redo that team fight. Instead, Nocturnal Dragons next weekend is just going to have a ban loss.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not one to question it. I'm only the caster around here. So you heard it here first. Nocturnal Dragons. Next week, they will have themselves a ban loss. Of course, the ban loss coming from pausing during combat. That is against the rules. We don't break rules here in the Commonwealth League, and we also enforce the rules. That might actually be a difference from Commonwealth League Season 1. So just awaiting the pause to conclude here as what are we waiting for at the moment?
There actually is a bit of a slight delay between how they're playing. So we're just going to wait on them. Go ahead and do that. Get rid of that pause. They both know that they should start playing any second now. So.
All right. And so as we wait to get back into game, there we go. The all chat popping up here as that's usually a good sign that we are about to get back into action here. Don't forget, like I said, already said once during this break, but I'm trying my best here to talk during this entire pause. Mediocre at best versus Lionheart Esports coming up after this one, as might have two 2-0 teams after this week if Mediocre at best is able to pick up the victory over Lionheart. Of course, Lionheart, they're trying to climb back to 500 and claim their spot, really kind of establish themselves as maybe a mid-tier team here after week 1. But as I mentioned, Summer, and I kind of want to know your thoughts on this. How much stock can you put into week 1 of a competitive league, amateur professional such as this, as we get back underway?
I think week 1 is a good idea of who plays what champions and where junglers like to gank and what they're comfortable with. But for the overall strength and power of teams, I don't think you can get that off of just the week 1 gameplay. A lot of these teams are just starting to come together. They don't have a lot of practice with each other. And going into following weeks, once they start building on that, will really show who is top dog around the league.
Yeah, certainly. I like your thoughts on that one as like I mentioned, last year we saw a few teams start the season very, very strong and then kind of drift back into either mid-table or even lower as the season continued on. But it looks like we're going to have ourselves our first gank since the pause. The Stupid Bird, that's going to be Crockpot going down first. It's a shutdown for the Lucian, and Quetzalcoatl on the Rex side. He's going to claim the second kill as once again the bot lane of Monster Mash is going to go down. But importantly, that's the Lucian claiming a big shutdown on the Crockpot. Stitch, he's going to fail flash over the wall. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble is not going to connect. Psycho goes, he's just going to continue on to the Zoe. Zoe without anything to get out of there. There's the Shurikens. That's going to claim the kill. And Psycho goes, gets the solo kill onto the Zoe. Catastrophe's there to follow up, but he's not going to get the kill, at least at this point. The Gangplank Double comes down, and there's the flash in from Catastrophe to claim the kill as Psycho goes, maybe the slight pause to see his downfall there as the flash out from Catastrophe claims the kill. His third kill of the game, 3-0-1 on that Sejuani.
We've definitely seen, especially from yesterday, Catastrophe can carry in the jungle, but it depends on how well he can carry that lead into helping his team and helping his lanes.
Yeah, of course, yesterday played the Xin Zhao, still lost the game, but looked very good in defeat. Was probably the brightest spot of Monster Mash in yesterday's game. But you do see here the bot lane of Nocturnal Dragons showing themselves in the mid lane for the first time in this one. As I want to go back to that shutdown, because that shutdown is huge. That was a 900 gold shutdown onto Crockpot on that Karma. And the gold, especially for Nocturnal Dragons, going exactly where you want it onto that Lucian. It's a 2,000 gold lead for Lucian over over the Caitlyn here at 17 and a half minutes. Yeah, so anyway. Continuing on here in the top lane. Looks like I'll be doing things solo again. 18 minutes. Crockpot up on the top side, not going to find any damage with the empowered Q. As I was saying, I want to keep pointing this out. It's only a 400 gold difference. But how well will that Karma be able to turn all that kill gold? Because if you take a look at everyone else besides the Karma, 0-6 Caitlyn, 0-2 Zoe, 1-0 Gangplank. That is a positive. But the Zoe and the Caitlyn definitely not where you would want them to be here at this stage in the game. And Karma, she doesn't scale horribly well. As you do see here, there's a attempted gank onto Snow 2 Funky, but he's just going to go ahead and flash away as Nocturnal Dragons, they continue to put some damage down onto that top lane tower. You see here the Cavalry going to approach from Monster Mash. It's Caitlyn and Karma, both now hanging around in the top lane to kind of maybe stifle that push. You have Mordekaiser and Zed roaming around. Looks like they might actually be setting their sights on either bot lane or that next dragon. I believe the next dragon is actually going to be a Cloud Drake. So we'll see if either of these teams really kind of puts emphasis on that tower or on that dragon. But you do see here, there's the engage. Jared the Bear going to go ahead and jump down onto the Zoe. The Death Realm is down, but the Sleepy Trouble Bubble will connect. Zoe actually going to go ahead and move to the edge of the Death Realm. I don't know if she's going to be able to stay alive. The Q does not connect for Mordekaiser, but able to just burn her down as he's going to go ahead and claim the solo kill. But Lucian also finding the kill onto Snow 2 Funky on the top side. Catastrophe, he's going to have to try to run deep into Nocturnal Dragon's territory as Quetzalcoatl, he's going to go ahead and give chase. You also have Jared the Bear as well, as it looks like Kirk is going to go ahead and try to dash over that wall. He does do so. It looks like he's going to go ahead, maybe escape. Actually, no, there's two flashes. Actually, there's a flash coming down from Jared the Bear, but Crockpot is there. This is going to turn into a 2v2. You have Zed and Caitlyn down in the bottom side of the river. The Caitlyn ult is going to connect on the Jared the Bear. The ultimate is going to come down. Not going to find the final shot, though, as Jared the Bear will stay alive, and Catastrophe, he's going to finally go down, as I believe that was Mordekaiser picking up the kill after everything's said and done. Mordekaiser 2-1 here at 20 minutes, as now we've got ourselves a 4K gold lead here at 20 minutes for the Nocturnal Dragons. Also important to note, as we see items starting to be completed across the board, you do see Lucian already 2 items. Here does have the Infinity Edge and the Essence Reaver. You do see Gangplank, he does have the Trinity Force. That's going to give him some big damage, especially here in just one more level. When he hits 13 and those barrels start to mean a lot more. They start to count down a lot faster, and you can do a lot of damage if those manage to crit. But no crit just yet for the Gangplank. Just the Trinity Force. You do see he has a Caulfield's Warhammer. That took me a while to say, but you do see here, it's like Nomad taking the dragon. He's going to have to try to struggle in the pit. He tries to dash away, but fail dashes over the wall. That's going to be Catastrophe claiming the shutdown. That's a 700 gold shutdown for the Sejuani, claiming 400 extra gold onto the Lucian. Lucian 8-5. He's gotten a lot of kills, but also given a lot of gold back over to the Monster Mash side. As you can see here, actually, there's the Sejuani ult coming down onto Psycho Ghost. He's going to have to try to shadow away. He's going to take the pistol shot from Snow 2 Funky. Quetzalcoatl on the backside of the fight. He's just going to assassinate Crockpot on the Karma. Dark Binding isn't going to connect. Neither is the Tormented Soil. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble is going to find Morgana, but can Stitch find it? No, it's going to find the Mordekaiser. Instead, Mordekaiser just going to keep fighting. He does put the Death Realm onto the Sejuani. Jared the Bear, he's going to claim the kill. He's on a killing spree. Stitch, the Paddle Star, isn't really going to do a whole lot. He's going to find another Sleepy Trouble Bubble. He's just continuing to put damage down on there. The Paddle Star is going to find a minion instead. The ultimate's going to come down, and he's going to have to flash away. Stitch not able to find any of his priority targets on the Zoe. So he'll have to try to run away. Nomad actually going to put a lot of damage down with the ultimate. He's going to take Stitch low. I don't know if he has anything to catch back up. No dash, no flash. And so Stitch is just going to run behind his tower, and he's going to go ahead and have to go back and heal. But you do see here, most of Nocturnal Dragons in the mid lane, most of Monster Mash in the mid lane as well. So they will go ahead and claim that tier 1 tower. Objective-wise, you do see Nocturnal Dragons, they do have the advantage. 2 Cloud Drakes, 3 towers to 1. Of course, those towers are helping contribute to that 3K gold lead. They continue to move in a pack here. They're going to find Catastrophe. Catastrophe just trying to take his red buff. He's going to flash and dash away. Quetzalcoatl, he's going to follow in. He's going to find Crockpot's waiting for him. As Crockpot going to put that W down, but he may have gone too deep. Zenolton is going to go down onto the Karma. Jared the Bear is there as well on the flank. Psycho Ghost going to claim the first kill of the fight onto the Karma. Wolfie's also going to fall to Stidge. Stidge, I believe, found the Paddle Star from a long way away. Jared the Bear, he's going to find himself a little bit overextended. That's going to be the second kill of the fight for Monster Mash. They turn around. It's a 2-for-1, but I don't think we're done just yet as Psycho Ghost and Nomad still hanging around in the area, but as of right now, a 2-for-1 for Monster Mash.
Okay,
welcome back.
I am back again. It's a busy night in the league. All right. What has gone on? Let me just take a second to catch.
You know, the first rule of the game is to pay attention to the game. But anyway, we are at a 2.5k gold lead. Monster Mash still holding firm, but 3 towers down for Nocturnal Dragons. All of the tier 1 towers for Monster Mash have fallen. Remember, they will also be moving around the map at quite high speeds with those 2 Cloud Drakes. So ultimately, you do have the goal advantage, you have the objective advantage. Pretty much the entire advantage right now is for Nocturnal Dragons with Monster Mash, as we just saw, claiming a victory in the last fight.
Okay.
That'll
So it
catch
looks
up to
like
speed.
it does. So thank you, and I'm sorry for everyone that I'm definitely in and out of the stream, and I know it makes it a little hard to kind of have me caught up and able to
But of course, you know, next week,
help out.
next week we'll have a stronger casting force that will be able to help out here. And so we do thank you for stepping in and helping me out here tonight. I know I had to cash in my card a little bit more early than we all thought I would have to. But yeah, next week, hopefully we have ourselves a bigger casting crew. I asked about 4 people before tonight was over, and everybody was either sick or not home or just couldn't do it in general. But either way, getting back to the action here, 24.5 minutes. Still really waiting on one of these teams to start running away with things. You do see Kurt taking Demolish. He's actually going to be able to take this top lane tier 1 tower, but for what cost? As you do see Nocturnal Dragons actually pushing down the tier 2 mid. They're going to take it despite the gangplank gold. And they're going to go ahead and be content with that as they go ahead and back off for now.
And then we have Mordekaiser down bot just constantly chipping away at that tower.
Mordekaiser continuing the split push here. As you see Nomad, he's going to take the blue for himself. That's mana regen for probably one of the more mana-hungry AD carries in the game. Of course, a lot of abilities. You want to keep using those abilities when you play Lucian. You know, get the double shot and all that. And the blue will definitely help him with that. Next dragon, by the way, is yet another Cloud Drake. And so, it'll be fun to note if Nocturnal Dragons really maybe places any emphasis on getting this one, their 3rd Cloud Drake of the game. Really kind of help, but you do see a Sleepy Trouble Bubble. That's going to come down. Not able to find the Paddle Star, though. The Sejuani ultimate also thrown. It's going to find Lucian, but ultimately not able to follow up on that one. Looks like a lot of cooldowns used for nothing there, as nobody goes down in the fight.
A lot of ultimate cooldowns, but no summoners blown, except for the Mordekaiser Flash.
Yeah, so you do see here, actually, Nomad going to go ahead and use the ultimate on the Cloud Drake, but here comes Monster Mash. This might be interesting. Gets a goal, he's going to go in. He's going to find the dragon, but does he have any way to get out? He's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate, fighting on 2 fronts here. Skeptical, he's just going to sacrifice himself for the cause, as he does go down to Crockpot. Crockpot 7-5 on this one, but Jared the Bear, he does summon Sejuani to the death realm. He is going to go ahead and claim the kill, but Jared the Bear, once again, maybe going too deep. He's going to be put to sleep, and it's going to be Crockpot who claims yet another kill. 8-5 on the Karma. As you see Snowty Funky, he's going to have to TP up top to help with the Zed split push. 8 kills on the Karma. That's more than half your kills. 8k gold on the Karma. Actually, you have more gold on the Karma, get this, than both the Caitlyn and the Zoe here in this stage of the game.
That's a feels bad. The Karma skipping the classic support item of Ardent and going straight into what looks to be a Ludens, hopefully to help with some of that damage that she's putting out. She definitely is going to have to take on more of a carry role in that bot lane.
Yeah, of course, when you have 8 kills, kind of time to stop maybe supporting your team and more thinking about that carry role. Of course, you do see she has the support item, has the highest ward score here in the game at 47. Somebody would have to tell me what a good ward score is here at 27. I think it's a little bit higher than that, but does currently have the highest ward score in the game. So still supporting, but thinking maybe a little bit more about damage as well. You do see it's actually going to be Nocturnal Dragon starting up the Baron. Catastrophe is in the area, does have Smite available. We might have ourselves a fight over this Baron. You see Quetzalcoatl, he does have the level advantage and therefore the Smite advantage. It looks like we're going to see maybe a Baron steal here, maybe a Baron fight overall. It's going to be taken low. It's going to be Quetzalcoatl who claims the Baron. Catastrophe dashing in. He's going to go ahead and throw out the ultimate. Is going to find the Morgana. As you do see Crockpot, he's going to flash over the wall to try to help his teammate out, but that's not going to help at all as he's going to go down to Gnomelad, as Gnomelad claiming kill number 9. And it looks like Nocturnal Dragon is going to lead with a kill and a Baron. It's a good thought. Had an opportunity. That Baron was taken down to about 200 health.
It is a valiant effort.
Definitely Smite stealable. But in the end, Catastrophe not able to find the smite in time. It goes to Nocturnal Dragons. Now we'll maybe see Monster Mash have to kind of adopt a more defensive mode as we continue on here into the near the 30-minute mark.
Definitely be more defensive. They have some decent wave clear with the Karma and even the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn traps that she can set up will definitely help with any dives that Nocturnal Dragons are going to try to do, but we'll have to see how that turns.
So 5K goal lead here at 29 minutes. 3 Cloud Drakes for Nocturnal Dragons. And for a team that has shown they like to kind of move around the map, kind of get objectives where they can, that is huge for allowing them to move around. And the one Infernal Drake on the side of Monster Mash. Sleepy Trouble Bubble not going to connect. There's another tower going to fall. That, of course, being, I believe, that was the top lane tower for Nocturnal Dragons, the top lane tier 1. 5 towers to 3. But you do see the Nocturnal Dragons using those Baron Empowered minions. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is going to connect on the Mordekaiser. Stidge going to put some damage down. Catastrophe in the front lines. But Jared the Bear, he's going to immediately summon Catastrophe to the Death Realm. Nomad on the backside of this fight. See how much he wants to go in. As Stidge can't find the Battle Star there. Jared is going to go down. Maybe a little bit too aggressive in that fight. 1 for 0 as Monster Mash is on the chase. The Gangplank Ultimate is going to slow them down just a little bit. Battle Star not able to connect. Crockpot continues to give chase. Looks like the Nocturnal Dragons are going to escape. 1 man down. No, maybe Psycho Ghost's going to go down as well. The Empowered back is not going to back complete as Stupid Bird able to find an auto attack there, but Zed able to just shadow away. And so, like I said, only 1 man down for Nocturnal Dragons, but not really able to get anything going with this Baron push.
Zed living by the hair of his teeth.
Yeah, the auto attack. 0-6 Caitlyn, not really the strongest at the moment. Usually, maybe you get a little bit more damage on there. Got the crit, I should point out. But still not enough to get the kill onto the Zed. So Zed able to back. Zed able to go back and heal. He is already back on the front lines. So we do cross the 30-minute mark. This game a little bit longer, or going to go longer, definitely, than the first game here tonight. Remember, the first game, a raw victory in about 30.5 minutes. You see your Psycho Ghost, he's going to dash in. Maybe thought he was maybe thinking about ulting onto the Gangplank. Instead decides to just walk away. A little bit of a dangerous move for Psycho Ghost, but he's going to leave with his life. Push up top for the Nocturnal Dragons as they are going to start work on that tier 2 top wave tower. Keeping the push down, you do see here those 2 cannon minions empowered outside the tower range, and they're just going to go ahead and push that one down. So they are going to get the tower despite a strong defense from the side of Monster Mash. Psycho Ghost going to go ahead and pop that Ghost Blade to give himself a little speed boost on the way out. Looks like Nocturnal Dragon is just not intent on fighting here at this stage in the game. They're more content on just taking objectives. Looks like we've got ourselves a fight, though, as Morgana actually going to claim the first kill of the fight onto the Sejuani. Already a double kill, though, for Snow 2 Funky. He might be looking to make this a very big fight for Monster Mash. It's actually going to be Stupid Bird going down next as Jared the Bear claims on the kill. Nomad, he's going to be in deep as he claims a kill onto the Gangplank, onto the Karma, and Jared the Bear also a double kill in the fight. 2 double kills, 1 for the Lucian, 1 for the Mordekaiser, and that is a clean ace for the side of Nocturnal Dragons. They're going to get a big push onto this one, and dare I say, maybe a couple Nexus turrets. A big fight here for the Nocturnal Dragons. Maybe starting to open this one up as they're going to focus work on the inhibitor. Actually, it looks like they're going to focus less on getting those Nexus towers and maybe just a couple of inhibitors as well. Playing it slow, playing it safe. But they are going to go ahead and get those objectives as Nomad just diving in deep onto that fight as he was able to get quite a bit of work done in the back. The Sejuani ultimate is going to go ahead and find the Rek'Sai, but nothing doing there as Catastrophe trying to do his damnedest to keep them from taking that second inhibitor, but it's all for naught as Nocturnal Dragons will leave. Only lost 1 person in the fight. I said clean ace. In fact, it was not a clean ace, as Wolfie did go down in the middle of that one, actually around the beginning of that fight, but still very positive outcome for Quetzalcoatl and his crew, the Nocturnal Dragons. It's going to be ND starting up the Mountain Drake. This will be their 4th dragon of the game, assuming he gets that smite. He does. The Gangplank Bolt not going to steal it around. Not going to steal it this time. But here at 33 minutes, now a 7k gold advantage for Nocturnal Dragons. So you got to start to think, how are we going to end this game? How do we go about claiming victory and refusing to let Monster Mash stall this one out? Do you see here as we take a look at who's got the gold for both these sides? As I mentioned, a lot of gold on the Karma. She does have 8 kills, but I can tell you now that Stupid Bird on the Caitlyn does have more gold than his support, 10k to 9.7k. A lot of gold on the Gangplank, actually about 2k more, but you do see the Baron is going to be started up once again by Nocturnal Dragons. It's going to be the Morgana who actually claims the Baron, but that is not going to be a steal this time around. Psycho Ghost, he's going to go in deep. He's going to have to dash away. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble does find Rek'Sai. It's actually going to be Snow Tooth Funky picking up the kill there, but Bird is going to go down to Gnome Lad. As Lucian, now 12 kills here in this fight, and Catastrophe dashing in, gonna find a Lucian there. He's one shot away from dying. The Lucian is going to claim the kill onto Sejuani. The Zoe gonna go down for a double kill. Gnome Lad, he is just acting as his own front line here, as he is gonna take the empowered Q to the face, but he's not done. The dash in, the triple kill, the quadra kill for Gnome Lad, and that might do it here in this one as they continue to push. Jared the Bear using the TP to get in onto the Nexus towers. Both of them are gonna go down at about the same time. They're onto the Nexus. 34.5 minutes. Nocturnal Dragons, they improved to 500 on the year. They take down Monster Mash here in game number 2. ADCs in both games tonight have meant 90% of the difference here in this one, as you do see Gnome Lad 16, 5, and 5 in our post-game screen. And you take a look at the damage. Of course, Lucian also leading the charge in terms of damage as well. So a very interesting matchup. We were talking about both these teams looking to kind of improve their situation heading into week number 2. And it was the Nocturnal Dragons who took full advantage of what they had. And Gnome Lad, as I kind of predicted in the outset of this one, meant a whole lot of difference as they are able to pick up the victory. Taking a look at the damage charts, you do see Lucian 25k damage here in this one. As you see, the stats actually kind of rotating around on stream, but I'm looking at the 25k damage for the Lucian, the 23k damage for the Mordekaiser. Jared the Bear, by the way, a kind of lukewarm performance on Mordekaiser last night, but maybe the rune difference, or the rune change, all of the difference in this one is that he was able to force quite a bit of damage, of course, taking out important factors of the fight with the Death Realm and all of that. So for those reasons, I'm going to go ahead and give Jared the Bear MVP of this one. You know, I like my spicy picks. And he was playing awfully well in that one. Gnome Lad, of course, also a very strong performance, but a strong performance all around for the entire Nocturnal Dragons team. We got one more game tonight. Mediocre at best. They will take on Lionheart Esports. We'll go ahead and take a quick break, but when we come back, it'll be time for game number 3 here in week 1, day 2 of the Commonwealth League.
Shots at base and knock you like cold cocks. I'm